Hello everyone, my name is Gillie and welcome to this yoga practice. It's been a while again since I've had time to make a video, but I've had lots of requests all summer and I finally found a time to come to this beautiful spot in the church room in Barrow to make a video. Today we'll be working on a nice release for neck, shoulders and upper back, something that's really important for everyone, and there's no excuses with this practice because you can do it sitting in a chair, whether it's your armchair at home, maybe your car, maybe at the desk at work. If you have a sedentary job or you're having spending a lot of time looking at a computer or an iPhone or any kind of phone, which I think we're all quite guilty of doing, this could be a really nice practice for you to get some release. You won't need anything but a chair to sit in, and perhaps a belt or a strap could help you along the way as well. So get all of that sorted and let's get started with this practice. So starting this practice today with all the movements of the cervical spine, that's the top 7 vertebrae of the spine, and particularly the top 2, the atlas and the axis vertebrae. So just moving our neck about basically. Sit up nice and tall. You can sit on a cushion under the bum if you like to, if you are rounding in the spine. And we'll just start to move the neck. So as you inhale, lifting the chin towards the ceiling, and as you exhale, chin to the chest. Keep going with that. I'll turn to the side so you can see the movement from another angle. Breathing in and breathing out. It might be a small movement. It might be a really big movement where you're really stretching the throat and you're really stretching the back of the neck. Just see what feels nice for you. It might be different today as it is to tomorrow. And you really can just do this exercise anywhere. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Couple more times as I turn back to the front, and we'll move on to the next exercise. So just tilting the head from side to side. So if you think about bringing your ear towards the shoulder, but keeping your shoulders still, and then switching over to the other side. If you want to connect the breath again, find length on your inhale to find center. And as you exhale, ear towards the shoulder. To make this sensation a little bit deeper, as you tilt the head away, you might want to pull the opposite shoulder down towards the floor so you can find length in the side of the neck. It might feel nice, it might be too much. See what it feels like. Try to keep the chin nice and parallel with the floor as you come through center. So just stretching here, sides of the neck from one to the other. If it feels good, just hit pause and do it for a little bit longer. Otherwise, we'll move on to the next one. So next time you tilt over to the side, holding there, and then just turn the chin towards the opposite side to look over towards the side, chin comes parallel with the floor again. Coming back to center, we'll tilt the other way, and then turning the chin towards the side. This is basically the same as just looking side to side, but if you tilt in the opposite direction first, just the way that those vertebrae are positioned, it just gives us a bit more mobility to find a little more stretch and length there. If you don't like that or it doesn't make any sense, then just look side to side. See if you can feel that stretch in the back of the neck. Again, nice and slow, nice and steady. Shoulders and upper body stay nice and still. We're trying to isolate that movement in the neck. A few more times. And then we'll move into my favorite. Again, I'll turn to the side. Just sliding the head forward and back. So chin again parallel with the floor. We push the base forward. And then draw the chin to the chest, back of the head moves back. Forward and back, kind of like a chicken neck, and then creating those nice granny neck vibes in the front of the body when you draw the chin in. So very good corrective exercise for that forward head carriage, or when our head is literally carried too far forward from this kind of action. That pushing of the head back. We're just training those muscles to be stronger and more open so they can sit where they naturally want to sit. A few more times, and then we'll move on to the next exercise. Let's inhale, bring our arms up overhead. And as we exhale, interlace the hands behind the head, lift the chest and push the elbows back. Might be nice just to stay here doing this one, or if you want to add a little bit of movement as you inhale, press the elbows back, lift the chest, And as you exhale, rounding the spine, elbows come forward, chin to the chest, kind of like a seated cat-cow, inhaling to open, arching the back, and exhale, rounding the spine. Let's take 4 more, breathing in, and breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. 1 more for luck, inhale, and exhale. Relax the arms, relax the neck, relax the face, take a little bit of a moment for yourself, and we'll move into a bit of mobility for the shoulders. So breathing in, shoulders lift up towards the ears, and as you exhale, roll them back and slide them down. Breathing in to lift, and breathing out to send them down and back. Small movement, it might be very tiny, or maybe it's really big, maybe you get the elbows involved, maybe you even get the whole arms involved. I just want this to be your movement. What feels good? How much time have you spent at the desk today? How much movement do you want to invite into your practice? Probably you're somewhere no one's looking, but maybe you are being really brave and doing this at your desk. If you are, please let me know. That's awesome. Change directions. And then next thing we'll do is a little bit of strengthening. So it's always important to get that balance between strength and flexibility. Let's extend the arms straight out to the sides. Just trying to imagine that you have a pencil on the end of your middle finger and the wall is just out of reach. You're just trying to touch it to draw a tiny little circle on the wall. So we're not just kind of lazily circling the arms. There's length, we're extending. We're trying to reach the wall on either side of us. And just tiny circles, maybe 1-inch circles. And then we'll start to make those circles a little bit bigger, maybe the size of a dinner plate. Try to keep the shoulders and the neck and the whole body completely still. We're just isolating this movement into the rotator cuff muscles. And then making that circle smaller, back to your 1-inch circle. So the sternoclavicular joint, that one place in the shoulder girdle where the whole of your shoulder and arm is connected to the skeleton. Everything else is just muscle. Change directions, tiny little 1-inch circles moving backwards. So that's why it's so important to keep those muscles really strong, but also really flexible. Make that circle bigger. And then make it smaller again. Maybe that's already starting to burn, a little bit of work. If not, then stay with me. Let's turn the palms now towards the ceiling and see if we can send them all the way back so those pinky fingers reach forward and back. And then changing all the way around again. So rolling the shoulders forward, try to send the palms to the back of the room. Opening on your inhale. And exhale, rolling it back again. Breathing in. And breathing out. 2 more, inhale, and exhale, inhaling, and exhale. Reaching the arms forward, now again rest if you need to, place the palms facing forward. Let's see if we can stretch a little bit back of the wrists. I'll turn to the side so you can see this a little bit better. And just slide the shoulders back and forward. So we're not lifting them up and down, just back and forward. Maybe if you haven't taken a rest already, this is starting to burn a little bit, that's good, a little bit of work. Forward and back, forward and back. 3 more. You can regulate the breath, you can move with the breath, but try not to hold the breath. Let's bring it back towards the front again and we'll bend the elbows, so cactus arms or goddess, Devyasana arms. Keeping everything nice and still, we'll just spin the arms down towards the floor or maybe even right the way down so we can keep the elbows up. Keep going with that movement, so up. And exhale down. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's lift it up and we'll just cross over. So hand over to opposite hip and back again. Maybe it's really burning now. And up again. 2 more on each side. There we go, 1 more on each side. Don't rush it, nice and controlled. Lift it up, and relax. Give the shoulders a nice wiggle and release, and then grab hold of your strap or whatever you found around the house or the office, or even a dressing gown cord, whatever you can get hold of. And we'll just take it a little bit wider than the shoulders. So just starting to open up a little through the pectoral muscles here, connecting the chest and the upper arm. Reaching up, arms nice and straight, and then sending them back. Should already feel a really nice opening across the armpits here. Again, I'll turn to the side so you can see. Maybe you get this far, maybe you go further back. If you feel like you want to take it deeper, maybe take the arms even wider than the shoulders and send the hands all the way back up and over. Keep the arms nice and wide. If you find there's one dominant arm that wants to go before the other one, or there's a bending in the elbow, see if you can take it wider and just keep everything nice and even and symmetrical. When you get to the top, it might feel nice to bend the elbows a little bit, have a little play, see what feels nice. I'll just give you a couple of breaths to just play with that action. Of course, if you don't have a strap, you might just interlace the fingers and clasp and reach and see where it feels good. Really nice. Just have a little play with whatever feels nice. Couple more breaths to enjoy that before we move into the next one. So just a nice and simple stretch for the next one. Sitting nice and tall, we'll sweep the arm over and just hook with the other arm and then pull that shoulder back into place. Instead of leaning and reaching, we're trying to keep everything nice and even. And we should feel some nice stretch through the rhomboid, trapezius muscles in the upper shoulder. If it feels nice, you can tilt the head in different directions, seeing if you can get a bit of good sensation there. And then we'll take that arm all the way up, bending at the elbow. Maybe reaching fingertips to the middle of the back. We can take this hand to the elbow and stretch. You might reach behind, reaching for the hands, or if that's really far away, your strap can come in handy again, holding it with the top arm and then reaching behind. This elbow is moving up and back, and the shoulder and the neck is soft. You might walk the hands towards each other to find the hands if it's too much. Just stay with me, keep that elbow high and keep those fingertips on top. Keeping the ribs nice and tucked, nice long torso. Feeling the stretch wherever you feel it, a couple more breaths. Nice and steady breathing. And then slowly release, take a moment just to feel that out. And we'll go for the opposite side. So other arm sweeps over, we'll draw the shoulders nice and level. You can see it from another angle this time. And then we'll reach that arm all the way up, bending at the elbow again. If you want to go for your strap, find any variation, or just hold the elbow like me. No need for any of this to be elaborate or crazy. It's about getting the maximum benefit from the practice for you. Soft shoulders, soft ribs, soft breath. Feel the sensation, enjoy the stretch. Yeah, yoga can be so many different things. It can be powerful, it can be strong. I'm constantly having these conversations, but for this practice, maybe this is just about release and relief. Couple more breaths. And then we'll just do a few more final things before we can move on with our day. So gently releasing, relax the arms, soften the shoulders, and we'll sit nice and tall. Any other movement that feels good, maybe some more little cat-cows here. Just to recenter, rebalance, and we'll move into a lateral stretch. So reaching the arm up and over, and just stretching the side of the body. You might hold onto the chair for support. You might take this hand to the back of the head and lead with the elbow. Now really we're going for a stretch in the side of the body, but we can bring this up into the neck as well, just by opening the chest or even closing the chest. You might even reach forward and send that stretch right down through the side of the rib cage into the QL muscle at the lower back, or the serratus anterior crossing the rib cage. Could be moving stretch, or maybe you just find yourself in the side bend, see if you can keep both sits bones down on the chair so you're not lifting that opposite side, so you're really lengthening the side body. Enjoy a couple of breaths. And then we'll come back to the center. Oh, it feels so good. Inhale, reaching, and exhale, lateral stretch, other side, your variation. Reaching, moving, whatever feels nice. Get that stretch in the side of the body. Soft face, soft jaw. Next breath in, we'll come back to center. Both hands inhale up. And exhale, we'll twist. Hand to opposite knee. You may hold onto the back of the chair with this hand if that's an option, and just look over the shoulder. We'll try and keep both hips bones pointing forwards, and just imagine spinning the rib cage around the spinal column. No need to move your chin faster than your chest can go. And the tummy is twisting like a wet towel you're wringing out. Every time you breathe in, try to sit taller, and every time you exhale, twist deeper. Enjoy the spinal twist for a couple of breaths. One more. And then we'll inhale back to center, extend and reach. And exhale, twist to the other side. Breathing in, grow taller. And breathing out, twist deeper. No forcing. These hands aren't like crowbars forcing the body to twist. They're just there to guide and keep a nice, stable alignment. Let it feel good. That's why we're here after all, no? Last nice breath. Enjoy this twist. Oh, so good. Then we'll come back to center. Give everything a little bit of a wiggle, a little bit of a shake. Any other movement that feels good to you at the end of the practice, I always like to finish with something that feels good to you. I'm not going to do a Shavasana with this one, but if you want to hit some music and have a lie down and set a timer for a couple of minutes, then please knock yourself out. Otherwise, thank you so much for practicing with me today. Let me know how it went. If you have any other requests, give me a shout. Please hit subscribe to my channel and please share this with your friends. Thank you so much. Take care, and I'll see you back here very soon. Namaste.